Alrighty, welcome back for the 5-month review of the Husqvarna PZT 54, which is not the same, well, similar to the PZ 54. The PZ has a suspension seat and the PZT does not. So anyhow, and this is, the new model is now called the C500 series, or this is identical to the new Red Max, which is now, they just used this body style for the Red Max. It's identical. Now they may have changed some stuff and put some electronics on the fuel gauges like the C500 series has, but one thing nobody does have, and I don't know why, is a factory hook for your chute. So you have to come up with your own thing. There you go. And I just hook it up on the back here. Alright, so having this thing for 5 months now, and this is the property that I first cut my first yard with, and it almost looked like this in April. It was May. It is now September 24th, 25th, can't remember the exact date here. Just right about 5 months, almost exactly. Okay, now this thing has got 85 hours on it. Changed the oil twice, well, first time and then again. So still have the same issue with this. So I'm losing oil grease from the front caster, don't know why. And as you can see, I'm near a firehouse. This is one of my favorite properties. Anyhow, what I'm getting at here is this is going to be a 5-month review. Engine's running strong with a FX730V from Kawasaki. You have your ZT3400s down on the bottom for your transmissions. This could be a little faster, so if you're a full-on commercial and you want to get across the property really fast, it'll do it. It's not quite as fast as some of the other models that are out there, so but it gets the job done. So I am a medium commercial guy, so this is where I'm at. I was going to go with the MZT, but I got the PZT for the same price. Actually cheaper because it was a year old, so probably not going to find that deal until you have some models that are old. So anyhow, what I'm going to get at is the tires are nice. I did have to learn how to turn this thing because quick turns will tear the grass up. So a 3-point turn works good, and also releasing one side and locking it in neutral and turning the other side will actually allow the wheel to spin freely. Otherwise, if it's engaged, the wheel will not spin freely. It'll go to the speed of you're turning it, so you might grab some ground. It is really difficult to get that into the locking it into the neutral to do that. So a 3-point turn is usually better. Belts are still holding up pretty good. I like this feature, but it is missing a lockdown. So there you go. Pulley spindles. I just sharpened the blades again. This is a pretty strong deck. I would say this is comparable to an X-Mark deck. As you can see, I'm not being shy with it. So I've hit some hard metal, and it didn't really do nothing to the deck. I think I did more to the swing set that I hit. So anyhow, long story short, this is going to be a 5-month review. So sit back, enjoy the show. The grass is almost done for the year. It's 90-some degrees in September. I don't know what the hell's going on. So here we go. Alright, so there you go. That is the last cut of the year, I think, for this property. It's way too dusty, and if you could see what was going on, like just shooting up everywhere. There's also wind blowing as well. So a lot of times people will think that you don't need the grass cut when it's like that. You need to cut it that one last time. Get all the stragglers off, all the high-towered, seeds out, blowing cut down. So now when fall comes into play, you don't have to worry about tall grass getting in the way of the leaf removal. And it's also healthier for your grass as well. So also, that's why you do this, okay? Now, I cut it down low, 275. Could have cut it on 2.5, but didn't do that. So there you go. Oil filter, air filter I have not changed. I'm going to change that next. Oil filter always changes when you do your oil, and as well you can see the wear of this vehicle is this mower is taking abuse pretty well. So you can see this is held up really good. And that's one of the big issues that I like about that. And then what we're going to do is, there you go. The blades are sharp. This curve is called for not sharpening it enough, I believe, but you can see I got a really good angle on that. I've cut about 5 or 6 yards already with that. So there you go. So that's the 5-month review. I got my trailer set up, getting ready for leave soon with the netting on top. I got an all-wheel drive. I'm doing reviews on that as well, regular mower. And so I'll be putting those up too. Anyhow, let me know what you think about this one. Saw the first one and compared to now. You can give yourself an idea if you buy one of these, what you're going to be dealing with. This is in my opinion, a very well sturdy built machine. Thick metal, overkill casters. Just a beast. Now, what I have in this area to compare against this is, your obvious Exmart, Skag, Toro, those guys, Bobcat, whatever have you, Graverly. That was the other mower I was going to get. I do like those as well. So the new model has got some nice features that I wish this one had, which is an electronic fuel gauge, which tells you how much gas is in there. This one doesn't have that, which is frustrating because you do have two gas tanks. And in order, one will just shut off on you because you're not going to know. And there's your on-off valve right there to the left and right. One thing I've had a problem with is wanting this completely dry when gas on one side, and if you're on a hill or something, I did notice that this is your fuel pump. It ran the fuel filter dry, and there was no starting this at all. So I had to unhook the hose, fill this up with oil, with gas, to get the level in here so it'll pump it through there. That is the only major issue that I've had with this. Actually, the only issue that I've had with this, other than the swivel caster in the front. So one other thing I don't like is this bar design. I don't think they've changed this. This bar design is still the same, I believe, for the new model. They need to bring it in closer. So keep that in mind if you're going to be cutting around a lot of trees and shrubs and stuff. This will catch on everything. So you got to keep. That's why I leave it on this angle, because it's kind of, if it hits some of the trees, it'll just go over it, which is nice. But this part will catch a lot. This, like I said, everybody else has put theirs inside. I didn't know why until I got that, because I've never had a rollover on a roll bar before. I never had that. Never had a heavy-duty mower, so I went up with that one. And it's good for when you're on the hills. If it flips over, you have protection. So you can put it all the way up, and I leave it like that because getting it into the trailer, I'd have to put it down every time. So that's one of the reasons why that stays in that position. Now you can actually put it all the way back on the back angle, but I don't like that because then it gets caught even worse, because this is facing upwards, and that gives you a lot more of a ability to grab stuff. Now it's out of the way more, but when it's aiming up, you grab everything. So you can see this is an issue I don't like. Almost seems like if you could just buy a different roll bar for it, you'd be good to go. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty well built. I'm happy with it. So my review of 5 months, I like it. I'm satisfied. I saw nothing on this except for what the industry put out. There's nobody riding it around. There was a couple of things from other parts of the country where they're riding it through fields, and it looks pretty good. But honestly, the reason why I bought it because I got a good deal on it, and bought all the hand tools. So I said, let me go over to this to try out their dealer days. If you buy them, I can't remember what it was. You spend so much, you get another thing off. You get 20% off, I believe, of the whole deal. So basically, your hand tools are free. Your weed whacker and blower become free, or something like that. But I got 20% off, so that's a good deal. So I actually got this one cheaper than an MZT because it was an old model. But it's brand new. It's only a year old. But this is, I'm going to take it back to them, and I'm going to say something about that. Shouldn't be doing that at all. It does have grease fittings, which are nice. The spindles are greasable. I like that because I've basically been running Toros and they're all sealed. So I don't understand the reason between having sealed spindles and having greased spindles. You'd think you'd want to be able to service them to make them last longer, and I'll tell you, I've replaced spindles on my Toro because they blew out. So I think that's the fact that they're not greasable. So just keep that in mind. It's the only downfall on that part. So let me know what you think about this one. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll get back to you next time. Thank you.